walking. All right, this is Dean Ryan here with Late Night Walks. Not to be confused with Late Night Jogs, which is a whole nother series. Anyways, joining me tonight is a man who was on my first late night walk, if I can say that, DurtyQ. It's all the way from one of the breakaway countries of Pangea. I believe they call it Austria, but with an L. So, Australia.
President.
Well, I didn't want to be rude, but yes, Prison Island. We're doing a night patrol here in the southwestern regions of the United States with a very bizarre, obscure moon that was completely on the opposite side of where it was last time. We can. Someone parked the moon on the wrong side of the garage.
Maybe the tow rope broke.
Yeah, I was going to say. We live in a module here. And,
Tow truck broke down.
Yeah. They got some new valets for the moon. It's red. We're going to be walking here as we do a night patrol as sky observers that I am, and I know you are secretly. And kind of winding down your visit here to the United States. Sadly, yeah. And what a trip it's been on so many levels that I can't even count on both hands. I have to use 10. 10 here, 10 there, so my feet too, I guess.
Many levels.
Yeah, many levels. We're going to be walking into some rough terrain here with our late night walk.
River or two.
Cross the river, run from some javelinas, hopefully not. And hopefully lay under the radar so no one thinks we're prowlers. That's why I wear a shirt that says I'm local everywhere I go. Doesn't matter. Be in St. Petersburg, Russia, I'll still wear it. So what you hear here is that it's a river raft. See that?
Right.
I'm gonna have you on my this side here. Yeah, if you don't mind, excuse me. We're doing what they call the weave. It's a very
comfortable about these things.
Mm-hmm. You know, looking at our shadows as we walk, it's identical. It's the sad thing.
I've noticed quite a few things that are identical about us, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know where that come from, but it turns out that way.
On three, say your mother's name.
Anyways.
Yeah, one day.
One day. It does turn out we have a lot of things in common, and
yeah.
It's quite uncanny, really, when you get down to the nuts and bolts of it, and how similar our lives have been.
I don't know whether to celebrate or protest. Really. Man. Well, this late night walk here is unusual because, like I said, there's something about the moon here in the southwest regions of Arizona. It makes absolutely no sense. You know, every night you go to bed, where you're from, you see the moon exactly in the same spot every night.
Well, it does move across, but it starts in the same place, yeah. And it ends up in the same place.
Yeah. It was like a long answer of saying, yes, you're right.
Like a week ago that it was right in front of us.
Exactly.
Now it's right behind us.
How does that happen? I'm not into astronomy. Okay, we're going to cross here on this riverbank here. Luckily, there's no buzzards here tonight, you know? No buzzards.
Dick said to me I'd see the buzzards, the vultures, but I haven't seen any of those yet.
No, there's no vultures I've seen. I mean, I'm sure if, you had a dying carcass, you might see a vulture. Mm-hmm. You might even see some people just picking at you, too. Yeah. Right. Hey, Ma, it's dinner.
Fix the barbecue, Ma.
Yeah, we got ourselves a live one here. we got one can see. Hey, look at these twinkling little stars that are anything but twinkling at us.
That one's a plane. But that's twinkling.
Twinkling little drones. Like I've been in like forest areas where you can see thousands, right? Thousands of stars.
Yeah.
They don't look like these guys. These guys are fake.
It is weird that you don't see the stars here. It's not that light here. Like, there's street lights around, but it's not hugely light.
I know.
And you don't see the stars.
Yeah. What other complaints do you have? Let's go through it. Let's go through the list.
I'm just saying, it's weird.
I think that's a good complaint. I have the same. See, we even have the same complaints. That's eerie too.
It's probably one of the reasons I would like to go to the desert, just to see what's out there without any lights.
Really, you want to walk with me in the desert alone? Okay, I don't like that invitation.
Only if we can play with the gun.
Okay. I don't like where this is going. Okay. Anyways, walking with a mercenary here tonight. Now, from what is one thing, if I may ask, what is one thing that you came into thinking regarding the United States that is different now that you're kind of on your exodus?
Probably the biggest thing that stands out to me is, from my memories as a kid being here, that everybody was obese. Now they're not. The diet's changed here, and everybody's on a bit of a health kick, which is good to see. People keep thinking about their health. And I think probably Mike Adams has got a lot to play with that, to do with that. People like Mike Adams putting shows out telling people how to eat healthy and be healthy.
That's right.
It's good to see. It is really good to see.
Thank you, and thank you for noticing the 5 pounds I shed, then regained in the last hour. One of those people, I only eat when people are watching. Like cats are like that.
When you watch it?
Okay, we'll come back to that one. So, Wisconsin, middle of the country. You went to Kenosha, which we recall had some headlines not that long ago. But you've been to the Southwest. You've been to the West. What is your preference if you had to build a home and plant your flag and your namesake? What's your preference if you had to?
It's apples and oranges, because you've got the hot climate here in the west, and over the other side here by Wisconsin, it's very reminiscent of where I come from in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I've lived a lot of my years in New Zealand, so I don't need to experience that. So I'd probably go for something different.
You might have to put it down a little bit. I think people are watching us. The hills have lines. Yeah, they do.
But yeah, I'd go for something different. Arizona's beautiful. I don't know if it would be Arizona itself, but something more exotic than the lush green stuff that I'm used to.
So maybe like Bronx, New York, or something.
No, not quite that exotic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know where your meter starts.
I like places where the people are genuine and they're not putting on an act. Like New York, Bronx, whatever. It's all an act.
Oh, I love actors.
Who can be the toughest? I'm not into that.
Yeah, I like the weakest myself. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Somebody wanted to feel safe. So I'd probably avoid some of the blue states.
See, well, you're kind of like this guy who died happy. Oh, he's getting a little weathered there.
You need to put a little gravestone in.
Yeah, somebody needs to jump on that. All these plants are dead. Yeah, New York is quite different than many other states. Very different than the West, for sure. You can see a difference. Not many people are going to New York these days for a long time.
It was the place that we were always told it was the worst place for murders and all the rest of it.
Oh, New York?
When I was growing up.
Oh, really? It still is.
Yeah.
What's changed?
Nothing.
Okay. Just reminding me of the past. Thank you. DurtyQ.
So I don't know about New York. Like, I'd like to visit the place. I'd like to visit upstate New York, not New York City.
I like to blindfold you and drop you off there. See what happens. See if you find your way home.
I've been dropped. At the age of 16, so I'll keep you listening. At the age of 16, I was dropped outside a brothel.
Now he keeps his nose down.
Given $100.
Okay.
So I know how to look after myself and get home.
So hold on, let me get this straight here. As I'm now listening to you, you're telling me when you're 16, you were in New York, given a few $100.
Not in New York, in Australia.
Oh, okay. To go to a brothel. Okay. It happened to me. I was in Grace. I got lost. I took a taxi. It said, take me home. It took me to a brothel. I was like 19. I'm like, no, I don't want to go to the brothel. And it was like on a Greek holiday that was like highly religious, so I had like the skankiest hoes ever that were like leftovers.
I was like kind of offended because it's like they're trying to say to you, oh, you can't find one yourself. We'll sort it out for you, mate. We'll give you some money and drop you off here.
Well, they get a percentage of it, the taxi drivers.
No, this is my family.
Oh, I stand corrected. Okay.
Yeah.
That's even, wow, that's very personal.
Cousins and stuff.
Yeah. That'd be kind of weird. No. It's just some of those families are like, well, we'll teach our son how to swim. We'll take him on a boat and throw him off it and learn how to swim. You know those types?
I see there's a challenge though, things that if you get dropped in the middle of nowhere and just make your best of it and work your way out of it, that's a challenge to me.
Okay. So, all right, we know where your threshold begins and starts.
I mean, not in the middle of the Arizona desert.
Well, we
I'm
are
not talking about that.
Oh, okay. Well, we're kind of that way right now. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, somewhere. Where you're lucky if you can hear anything like crickets. We heard buzzards last time. There's a stripper who's around here somewhere. And every time I pass her, you smell the leftovers of the strip club where she works at. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how to explain it. You know what that?
You do have a very sensitive nose.
I don't know how to take that. No one's ever told me that before. A very sensitive nose. I'm like a bear.
Yeah.
I can smell
like a shark.
Like a shark. Yeah. A shark, a bear. I can smell a picnic basket from a mile away. You know. I'm a shark bear.
Especially if it's got green jalapeno sausages in it.
Mm-hmm. Which is weird because I like jalapeno flavor, but I don't like jalapenos.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I like tomatoes, but I don't like them diced, and like pico de gallo. Just telling what I like and don't like, because I have a sensitive menu, I suppose. Isn't it weird how cactus, like some of them are like really huge, and then some of them are extremely dwarfed?
No one was telling me some of these bigger cactuses have been here since before the Declaration of Independence.
What was the purpose? Cactus? Yeah. They're like
they hold water.
They're like there to assault you.
They hold moisture, so if you're traveling across the desert, this is just one source of water.
Okay.
Not that I'd want to probably try and tackle one to get inside it.
I mean, it can't be any worse than the one coming from your toilet. I mean, if we're gonna get down to it.
Huh?
All right, moving on. Now, what do you think about the trucks here? They're quite different from back home.
The trucks?
Yeah. You drive a truck, I assume?
Yeah, I mean, even the small trucks, like the cars are just generally bigger than ours.
Yeah.
Even brand for brand, like if I look at our Fords and your Fords, yours are just, they're more manly, right? And then when you get into the bigger trucks, because I'm a truckie myself, and I can't believe how many, how all of your smaller rigid trucks, the ones that don't pin in the middle, they're all long nose. We don't have those. We don't. It's a rarity to see anything like that in Australia and New Zealand. They're all cab overs, very short nose things, and you have all these extra axles under these trucks.
Yeah.
So it's very, very different.
You're such an engineer when it comes down to it.
I've been driving those things for a long time.
Engineer talk.
And I mean, I can only put it down to carrying more weight, I suppose, and distributing across the road. But
Yeah.
Some good engineering out there, I've seen.
You think Australians are more like Americans or the British?
Americans or the British?
Fine, I'll throw Canadians in there too, just to be nice. If you had to, like...
Oh, shit, neither.
Neither wasn't one of the choices.
Australians are like a breed of their own, man. They're just...
Okay,
their humour's different.
Let me rephrase this question, since this seems to be different. If Australia, their culture, who do you think it would vibe better with, the Brits or the Americans? Because I always thought Americans, because when
I'm leaning that way now.
Well, because when grunge music came out, a lot of our American bands were really popular in your country.
Yeah.
Nirvana really inspired a lot of your culture and fashion, I would almost assume, and surfing is big, like Bondi Beach.
Yeah.
You guys have a surfing competition, don't you? Australian Open?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we're a big beach culture, more so than England. So I would say, I always thought you guys related more to, the U.S.
Yeah, culture, yeah. But then
lifestyle,
Yeah, lifestyle culture, sort of thing, maybe, yeah. But then you've got to think about the fact that Australians are a crass bunch, and the UK are also a crass bunch, and I think they get the same humour.
Yeah.
I think some of the humour of Australians are lost on Americans, and vice versa. I think some of the American humour is lost on us. It's too subtle. Whereas, a Brit will get out there and he'll just be crass. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
And that's much like the Australian. So, yeah, in different ways. I'm saying
I can't tell you an Australian comedian. At the time, mine's Dame Edna. She's Australian.
Dame Edna, yeah, just passed away recently.
Yeah, he made it big briefly.
Yeah.
But outside of that, and that's kind of really obscure. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, there's people like Steady Eddie. People that laugh at themselves, like Steady Eddie. He's got cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
And he makes jokes about his cerebral palsy and stuff. And laughs at himself.
Mm-hmm.
And really doesn't give a shit. I think that's the key to Australian comedy, is just don't give a shit. I think that's the same with American comedy as well. I think American comedians do the same thing.
Well, it's different now. Everyone's PC. All these new comics, they're anything but brave.
It's only in the last 4 years. If I take this, it's since PC really got hammered.
Right. The ideological subversion of our
Yeah.
culture. It's to destroy our culture.
Yeah.
And
you're destroying your comedians, which is a real shame.
Yeah. Like George Carlin would not be having a field day right now. He'd be having a conniption, as they say.
I mean, we've got comedians in New Zealand like Billy T. James, who, he was laughing at Canaries before. But
we have wild dogs.
But he in today's world, he would not survive. He would be shunned out of business, because it was not PC. It was good old-fashioned humour. If you had to ask me, I'd say go back to that.
Slapstick humor, there's physical humor. That's a dingo, by the way. Wild dingo.
As long as you ain't got a baby, you're right.
That's where the baby is. He's in his 50s now, I believe. Okay, we're just watch out for the very dangerous ravine we're crossing right now. Luckily, I'm very skilled to lead us through the darkness.
Get across that log there, then.
That's not a log. It's a dead body. The Ganges. We should go to the Ganges and report live from there. I think so.
You pay, I'll come.
Okay.
Sweet. Done.
They should pay us to come to the Ganges. I mean, don't you think? I mean, people go there to die and or get baptized.
You know, I always thought the Ganges was a set of hills. I thought it was like a set of mountains.
That's the Australian education system for you.
New Zealand education system.
Excuse me, I stand corrected. My American education system, New Zealand. Oh, there it is. We're going to cross this way here.
Who'd have known it was a stinking river? It's full of feces and stuff.
Okay, we'll do. So we're going to do one more round. Let's see. Okay, so now we're passing the ravine here, and as you cross here, you want to be very careful. There's a lot of road runners and coyotes. They're very hungry. One coyote tried to eat me once.
I saw a family of roadrunners the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, go this way. We got a roadrunner coming. And
It's quite tiny.
I just saved your life. Okay.
I'm assuming they're roadrunners. They have little plumes off their head, top of their heads, but they're only like 5 inches high.
There's a cartel. There's the cartel.
Cartels?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see them all the time. I haven't seen a family of roadrunners. Now, there's the mom and dad, and then there's like, what, a sister, brother?
There's like 5 babies. And they'll follow, like the mum and dad will be at each end.
Uh-huh.
And they'll all run along the road.
Okay.
And all the babies are in the middle. And in a long line.
Wow, you were studying this quite intensely.
Yeah. Mum or dad will hop up on the fence. And then signal the babies to hop up one by one.
So we have our sounds of a family of roadrunners. Roadrunners here in the natural habitats. We're about to encapsulate their system and eat them for lunch. That was French, not Australian. That was... My God, where have we gone?
They were woodpeckers and stuff, but I don't think they're good.
Yeah, that's what happens when you stereotype.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have an idea. Here's what we'll do. We'll go. Yeah, we're gonna go this way. I'm gonna show you this is a hidden ravine. They call it Dead Man's Curve, and the ghost of Tom Joad lives in here. And
we'll go up that ridge. We'll follow it over the top. We'll go down into the ravine.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And we'll come back.
Yeah. You gotta watch for the boa constrictors, they say.
Mm-hmm.
Boa constrictors. Now, how defeated are you going to feel when you get back home? You're just going to feel that urge of, God, why am I here? I always feel that way when I get back from vacation. You're going to feel that way?
I've already got the feeling of why am I going home.
Yeah. See, I knew it.
Look, man, I understand the whole dropping from a great height thing. Our spirits have been high the whole time we've been here. I mean, the whole time we've been here.
It's trying. I've tried to lower them, and to no avail.
No, you can't.
Mm-mm.
And I know I'm going to hit bottom.
It's going to hurt.
Yeah, it's going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to go back to work one day and, back to reality.
Well, ideally, what would you like to happen if there's a Great Gatsby out there listening? What is the ideal next step here for
I'd like to come back here.
Okay.
Or possibly have other people over from here to Australia.
Okay.
Accommodate that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm all for good people joining together and exposing the intertwining of nationalities,
cultures, genders.
Genders intertwine as much as they like, but it happens easy. You can do it here or you can do it there, but
it's 20 of them now.
The culture intertwining.
Yes. Weaving. This is final hurrah. Now this is very slippery here. We're walking on a bridge that you might have seen in the Temple of Doom version of Indiana Jones. Okay, we got through that.
More boots instead of jandals.
Remember that movie, Kaliva, and they took the heart out? Okay. Here we go, across another waterfall. And people like Houdini, they go in barrels and they go down it.
Beautiful bush.
Excuse me?
Beautiful bushland.
Oh, thank you. Do as much manscaping as possible. We're going to cross here. And I literally just ordered biscuits and gravy for you.
I'll take a walk around my neighbourhood when I get back. We'll compare what the beauty is.
You're going to go to DurtyQ's neighborhood. You go here. Come on, man. Give me that.
No, I moved out of that neighbourhood. I used to be in that neighbourhood, not here.
That's my hood.
I nearly got conked on the head with a 65mm ring spanner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I don't like crime. I was confronted this bloke I probably shouldn't have.
Oh, I'd love to see that. Let's reenact it.
It started with, "Oi, fuck off!"
My God. It's
yeah,
Australia.
From there.
It's the hood. The hood. Okay, we're going to go this way. quickly before
I went to
the
the top of that tree earlier. That was a good sight up there.
where?
Top of that tree up there.
Oh, okay. Swinging from
Some photos up there.
trees. Swinging from trees. Best place to be a peeping Tom, they say. Peeping Q. Peeping. Instead of pecking duck, it's pecking Q. Oh, pecking Q. Look at that guy. What do they think when they see just two guys in the middle of the night? All they see are eyeballs and teeth. They must think, oh, look at these burglars.
Yeah. Wandering around slowly.
Yeah, with a full stomach.
Food babies.
Walking like we're Kim Jong-un. Oh my God. You know, if you're Kim Jong-un, you probably don't even have to, like, ever attempt to lose weight. You just know the
You know, I don't know about that because I know that the family,
what do they
there was a
call
lot
it?
of concern recently. It was like a year ago.
It's not even the real one. There's so many different.
They were concerned
Kim
about
Jong-un.
him losing too much weight. You know, he's got to be fat and plump.
Well, because it shows great strength and wealth.
Maybe ill because he's not fat.
Like, oh my God, he's a size 6. What's happening?
It's treated a bit of a place, man. Like,
It is.
I'd like to come back here.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Once I paid off the last trip.
Yeah. Well, it's always, you can donate something. Donate your body to science.
Now, Sandy wanted to go to Norway, see her family over there.
Oh,
I said, well, we'll do this trip now, and then we'll plan for the next 5 years. We'll go to Norway. Oh, yeah. And now it's like, I think I'd really like to go over to the east coast of America. And she's telling me this now, right? I said, I thought you wanted to go to Norway. Oh, yeah, but I want to see this family. So she loves it. She loves it here.
yeah, it is.
Beautiful place.
Should have like a student exchange program.
Beautiful place.
Oh, yes. DurtyQ just blew smoke in my face to show his dominance over me. He's not showcasing his derriere in front of people.
I figure if I'm out here in 100 degrees, 10 o'clock at night, I might as well smoke while I'm out here, right?
Yeah, it's just below 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which in Celsius, I believe, is 40. Yeah. And you just subtract 60. I don't know why they make it so complicated. It should just be one for all. No. You know why? Because the kings and queens.
It's a whole formula, right, to go between Fahrenheit and Celsius.
Well, you know what it is? Like, why you guys drive on the left side of the road? Is the king who made that decision. I always feel like a Wolverine's going to just jump at me. I don't know why. Anyways, it's like the king who made that decision had syphilis. He had a worm in his brain, and he had all these wild ideas that he made laws and shit. And so they said, drive on the left side of the road. You know, let's create something called the Whopper. You know what the Whopper is?
The burger.
Well, by today's standards, yes. Well, initially, it was like this, like a telephone pole, and if you're a prisoner, they tied you to it, and it was in the ocean, just deep enough that when the currents and the waves came at night, it would drown you a little bit, little by little. Yeah. So they said, "Well, this is great. Let's name a burger after it." With pickles.
And a supercomputer.
Yeah.
The Whopper supercomputer.
I know. And then they go, well, let's make another one. Let's call it a double Whopper. That's right. What were they
So
thinking?
we got to the Burger King, right?
Yeah, Burger King.
Burger King.
Burger King. But I'm just saying, I forgot what king it was. They also made the concentration camps. And, you know, this is why I'm a history teacher for kids. I tell them the real brutal truth of the world.
Monarchies should be abolished from the world, I think.
Really, you're part of the abolished monarchy and not the reform?
No, just abolish them.
Mm-hmm.
What do we need them for?
What does that look like?
What do you need them for?
What does that look like? What does that look like?
You take the UK for instance, right?
I know, but what's the first step? Tell me how that goes. Like, do we get all their wealth back? to the people? Where do you send them?
Give them retirement, tell them on their way.
Do they get money like a pension every month
Sell all their
for life?
castles. That's all government. That's all owned by the people. People paid for that.
What would you pay them a month once you retire them?
Maybe lawyer's wage.
People would say, is that even fair?
Yeah, why not?
Or how about you tell them to get a job?
Yeah, fine.
So don't pay them anything.
Well, it's been nice.
See,
you can't just rip somebody out of a place. You got to make it okay. So it's not punishment. It's not. You're just being fair, right?
Let me just say that. It would say, it's not fair that the death tax, like if your relative dies, it goes straight to the Prince Charles, fund. Is that fair? They rip it out of people.
Oh.
Like, you got to pay for, like, in England, you got to pay to watch TV. You have to have a license. It's so stupid.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. I mean, the country's not run by the monarchy. The country's run by the government. What do the monarchy do? They sit around reaping rewards and riches for doing piss all but shows. They want to do a few stand-up appearances somewhere. Might help some children in some other country. What
do they do? What do they do? I mean,
you get the odds person like Diana, who she had a good heart on her, but she wasn't really bloodline either. So it's not monarchy. The monarchy do effort, and I don't believe in today's day and age there's a place for them.
Well, why does Australia sell buying to it? There's a question.
Why would say what? Sorry?
Why are you guys still under the monarchy? We'll never know.
Yeah, well, we don't have a queen anymore. We haven't had a queen for a long time.
You have Charles.
No. No, we don't.
You're under the monarchy.
No, we don't.
Or this is a challenge. I didn't know this. Let's see what he says.
So Australia hasn't had a queen for a long time. There's no Queen of Australia.
She's on your fiat money.
Yeah, so we had the Queen of England, right? We had the Queen of England.
Yeah.
But many years ago we had the Queen of Australia when the Constitution was.
I didn't know this.
And that was renounced by the Queen.
Oh, she said there's only room for one queen.
Well, she didn't. She renounced that title of Queen of Australia. It wasn't very well known. It was only sort of come out in the past.
When did this happen? In the 80s?
Yes. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, it must be the 80s. I'm not sure of the dates.
I wonder if I was there back then.
This has only come out, being made public in the last few years when we were looking into...
Oh, that was a snake.
It's just this business.
No, it was a snake. That was a snake. I just saved you again.
Really?
I saved your life again. Man.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't realise that Australia doesn't actually have a king or a queen. When it comes to our constitution and our
Magna Carta. You guys don't have a constitution. You have a tyrannical.
There is a constitution in Australia.
You have you do, but it's not.
Not with its salt.
It's not recognized. It's kind of like the garnish on a. Like on a plate.
Beautiful state. Huge big state.
And you see this little garnish green thing on the side. And you're like, well, no, then you're supposed it's for decoration.
That little bit of parsley, right?
Yeah. That's what your constitution is. I think you guys should have a Paul Hogan Day. You think I'm wrong?
Paul Hogan Day?
Yeah. A national Paul Hogan
Day for Paul Hogan?
Yeah. Don't you think so?
Well, he did put us on the map in America.
Oh, hell yeah. It still does. I mean, there would be no, Steve Irwin if there wasn't no Paul Hogan.
But then, given the way the Americans treated the monarchy when you guys took the place over, the monarchy probably doesn't want to recognise that Paul Hogan put us on the map in America. You know what I mean?
Paul Hogan, I'm going to switch turns
they're
over here.
They're probably going to say it's a trade thing.
No, Paul Hogan did for Australia what the Beatles did for England, I think. I mean, you could throw AC/DC in there too if you want, but really Paul Hogan crossed all lines where AC/DC was just, people like hard rock, but
at least knight him and posthumously knighted him.
Oh, is he dead? No, he's not dead. He listens to this.
Well, let's give him a knight. Give him a knight.
Mr. Hogan, if you just heard that right now, I apologize.
I apologise.
My God. Feed you to the cross.
You've got to admit, it's hard to keep up with who's dead and who's alive these days.
I know.
I know. So quick.
I know it does. I don't think he lives there anymore. I think he lives here.
Yeah, quite possible.
Yeah. If he's smart, he does.
No, it's the other guy I was thinking of.
I mean, literally, he lives right there.
The crocodile hunter. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. Irwin's.
Steve Irwin.
She doesn't live out there, does she?
Steve Irwin?
No, the widow. I heard she's dating Russell Crowe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm all up on the Australian gossip. He's a cow?
He's a bit of a catch.
Oh, he's a couch.
Well, imagine.
I thought you said a couch. I'm like, yeah, he's probably big as a couch.
Dating Russell Crowe.
Either the widow is or the daughter. I don't know.
You heard it here first and not him.
Yeah. Exclusive. You heard it here first. Don't quote me on it, though. Okay, we're now passing the... They call this Pluto's Cave.
Right.
You know why they call it that? Because it's the forgotten cave. They try to vote out of the cave system. That's right. There's Hamburger Hill.
Hamburger Hill?
Yeah, it's where...
The men all died in the hill?
No, that's where you go for hamburgers. Yeah. You're so sadistic. My God. Look at these cars.
That's one thing that fascinates me about Arizona thing is the history behind it and all the Indians fighting the...
Oh, yeah.
I just think back to the day, there was just this land
Like,
they were riding across their horses, And
so the Donner Party came to feast. And, there was so much savagery back then. Like, nobody was nice.
No.
Nobody was nice. Indians killed Indians, and like we talked.
The white men were more savage than the
Indians. Or vice versa. You never know. Just depends. And you would go like where there's criminals today, right? There's just savages of criminals back then as well.
See eyes in the hills.
Oh yeah, we're being watched.
We're
Speaking of savages, we're being watched by one now.
Is it down a delight?
I hope not, or we're in trouble. Now the moon's over here, see? The moon is over there.
It's nuts.
It's not, and it's not real. That is a hologram.
So that must mean our moon's not real, right?
Well, I mean, come on, look how close it is. How come I can see the birthmarks on the moon and these twinkling little fake stars you can't see,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got questions.
It's a North Star, dude.
Well, where's North? Let's start there. Well, we're walking across the... man. They need like vending machines on these walks.
Bush vending machines.
Yeah. But you think like the Outback had like water fountains in the middle of nowhere?
It's called a rabbit warren.
Okay. Well, whatever. I just think like I don't think anyone's traveled across the entire outback of the Australian. Like I looked at Blue Mountain once and it was frightening. It's just yay under. How would I survive that?
I'll travel the entire outback.
Okay, well you're exceptional.
On the train.
Okay. Well, no, by foot. Oh, here's a story. Check this out. A guy who walked around the entire world just finished and completed his walk yesterday.
Oh,
Took him 6 years.
That's pretty quick, really.
Boy, don't we have a lot to tell him from when he started?
How did he get across the water?
I don't know, ferries, but he walked around the entire world. He's like a
land masses.
Yeah. I don't know, he swam.
Oh.
Rode a dolphin, like you see.
Might have.
Yeah.
Well, right.
I'd ride it. I'd ride a dolphin. Until they say, I'm not a dolphin, I'm a shark.
It's something you'd be proud of, eh? Doing something like that. It's something I'd be proud of.
Yeah, I brag about it. But no one will believe you. That's the problem.
I would require the entire world. Bullshit.
You don't want to take the trash out? Well, listen to my story. I circumnavigated the world by foot.
Prove it.
By foot. Prove it. Do it again. The thing, no one believes you. No one believes anything worth salt anymore. Or noble. Yeah, bakery.
I mean, 2023, man. It's bakery.
Yeah, it feels like 2024 in a way.
Yeah.
In 2022, it all feels the same. We're in a weird episode of The Twilight Zone. It's still continuing.
Well, in that time we got fake moons even.
I know. If I said that to you 4 years ago, you'd probably tell me to go walk around the world. Right?
Make a note of where the moon was every night.
No, we should wear war paint next time we do this. Like, put paint on my face.
Black balaclava.
That's right. One of those
fatigues.
or those Sulu warlords, you know. In Somalia. Anyways, so this is we're winding down our late night walk, which is I'm sure that guy had many late night walks, and no one to talk to. He probably had some walking partners that probably only got a mile, and then, like, I quit. You know, people probably think we're lost.
The thing is, this is the time that people can come out of their houses.
I know.
So hot, you know.
Or like mud turtles. I think that's what they call them in the Bible.
Yeah.
For some reason, I never forgot that term, mud turtles. And then there's spooge demons. Ever heard of them?
No.
Okay.
Go on, tell me what they are.
It's for another walk. Anyways.
Spooge demons?
Yeah. You got to read the book.
I'll Google it.
Yeah. So as we kind of wind down here is final late night walk thought, if you will. So winding down our last late night walk together until I find myself imprisoned in your country. So,
how are you going to feel, Dean, when we leave? How are you going to feel? Is it going to be, oh man, thank God I got my place back? Or is it going to be, you know,
how am I going to feel? Like a piece of my heart's missing. I know. I'll tell you really, once this is over, I'll really share. But no, I will feel that the first chapter, like the introduction, like Star Wars, A New Hope, has begun. So I think something annually might come about. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And you see, folks, DurtyQ's last late night thought became mine. See what he did? It's called turning the tables. Anyways, we're going to end it there. This is Dean Ryan for DurtyQ saying good night, good luck, stay tuned, stay awake, and safe travels and happy trails. Late night walks.